Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a super simple project to share with you. Every second month I make little thank you cards for a small business. Sometimes I need to make as little as 6, sometimes it's as many as 30. So whatever I choose to do, it has to be simple and easy to replicate. So today I'm using the adorable stitched rainbows, and these are the colours that I'm using. The theme that I had to go with was Box of Sunshine, so I thought a rainbow in bright colours would be perfect for this. I won't bore you with all my die cutting, but I cut a white piece of cardstock for the back of these and all of the arches in those bright oranges and yellows. I use my PVA glue in my fine tip applicator to adhere these to the white cardstock. I only had 6 of these to make, so although they look a little bit fiddly to make multiples of, it really didn't take long for all of these to come together. And because I had cut them out all at once, it was pretty much just a matter of setting up a small production line to get them all done and finished at the same time. And here they are, all complete. Excuse the Play-Doh and little hands on the left. I had a helper at the table with me while I made these. Now, because these were going to be little thank you notes, I didn't want them to be a full-size card. So I trimmed one of my 5x7 inch cards in half sideways so that it would make 2 much smaller cards. This card needed a sentiment, so I went with the simple scripty thanks and cut that out of black cardstock. I made the background really simple too, only sticking to one colour of Distress Oxide ink. This one is Squeezed Lemon, and all I did for the clouds was use it nice and heavy on the very edge of the stencil, and once I was done with that blending, I used whatever excess was on the brush to blend it out a bit. I am loving these Lawn Fawn stencils. They are so clever, and I love that all I have to do is rotate to the next side of the stencil to get completely different cloud looks. They're just so clever. And here I am just putting a bit more ink down to make the clouds look a bit softer. Now I just couldn't help myself. I know these cards are meant to be super simple, but they have to be at least a little bit sparkly. So I used my gold watercolor pigments to add some shine and sparkle to the background. Totally worth the extra few minutes. Now to start adhering everything onto my clouds to get this little scene underway. Something I didn't mention before was that I also cut out the little clouds, and for that I used some of the Lawn Fawn Pixie Dust cardstock. More sparkles, more shiny, I can't help myself. So I glued down my rainbow with some PVA glue before gluing on my clouds. I did consider using some foam tape for these to give it a bit of dimension, but then these cards were meant to be simple and easy and not too fiddly. So I did try to keep it as basic as possible. Once my clouds were down, it was then time to add the thanks. I use my tweezers to hold my sentiments that are like this, as it's just much easier to get the glue on without my bulky hands in the way and easier to help me position them. Once it had dried, I only had one more little job to do, and that was just to add some little white details to the thanks to give it a little bit of dimension. It was just looking a little bit flat. And that was pretty much it for this card. I almost considered not sharing this one because it is so simple, but I thought maybe someone might be looking for something super easy and quick, especially if you've had, not that we can really do many events these days, but if you had an event or something that you needed to send out a few thank you cards for, these are really quick and easy and very cute. And there we have it, all of my little thank you cards were done. Leave me a comment below. Do you like the simple things that I make, or would you prefer me to stick to my more complicated projects? I hope you like this card. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.